Hi, this is Russ with Strobel Guitars. This is one of our Rambler Classic professional electric travel guitars. I'd like to show you how to check out the truss rod. Make sure you have enough relief in the neck so the strings don't buzz when you play an open string, and that the neck has the right amount of curvature in it. When we say relief, we mean the shape of the neck, how much tension's on the string. The string's are going to naturally pull the neck forward into kind of a C shape. But if it's too much, then the guitar won't play right. The action will be too high in the middle. But the way to check this, real simply, is hold your left first finger on the first fret of the low E string, take your little finger, put it on the 15th fret, and then you just tap the string at the 7th fret. And I don't think you're going to be able to hear this, but you should be able to hear a little bit of a click. That means that there's enough relief in the string so it won't hit the middle of the fretboard when the string's openly vibrating. And I guess it's about, you want about the thickness of a business card underneath the 7th fret when you're pressing down on the 15th and the 1st fret. I want to tell you a little bit about how the truss rods actually work. I brought a neck that I'm working on for a custom guitar I'm building right now. This is a mahogany neck. It's been shaped. The slot for the truss rod's in. This is the truss rod, and you always want to make sure, if you buy a guitar, make sure it has a double action truss rod. And I wanted to show you like how this works. Because this would be laying in the neck like this, and then the fretboard would be on top. That's what's inside the neck. When you want to know about how a truss rod works, that's why it's in there. The fretboard gets glued on top, so it's a very stiff arrangement as it begins. And the truss rod is adjustable. That's what the screw at the butt end of the neck is for. And if you think about it, if you tighten the truss rod, which I'm going to show you here in a minute, I'm going to get the pliers on there. You can see right now the truss rod's flat. And as we tighten the truss rod, it gets a convex shape. If you think about that being inside the neck, it's going to make the neck bend in this shape. So that's going to give you less relief. It'll push out the middle of the fretboard towards the strings. And if we loosen the truss rod, you can see how the rod bends down in a concave shape now. And this has the effect of making the neck more like a C shape. It'll give you more space under the strings when you loosen the truss rod. And you always want to be careful when you're adjusting a truss rod. Never go more than about a quarter of a turn at a time. And sometimes if you find that you have to go through the neutral zone, see how it's loose here? Never leave the truss rod in the neutral zone. Always go at least an eighth of a turn on one side or the other. A truss rod that's in neutral can slip right out of the guitar. So that's how the truss rod works. This guitar has a pretty stiff neck, as they would say. There's really not much clearance here at the 7th fret, but this is a pretty normal setup. It makes for a well-playing guitar, but if you hit strings really hard and play a lot of open chords, you might want to have a little more neck relief there. Or if you really are a fast player, you want as flat as possible a neck as you can have. So just remember, when you access the truss rod, you take the neck off, you access the truss rod from the butt end, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, and that'll either make your neck more curved or more like a D shape or more like a C shape here. So that's how the truss rod works and how to check and make sure it's properly aligned. Thank you for watching.